Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hello and welcome to yet another video tutorial. This week's design is as pictured in the video, and I'm going to be making it as a size small, but if you follow along the video, I will be explaining how you can customize it to a bigger size. I also plan on making this for larger cup sizes. For now, this top is more suitable for smaller cup sizes, but if you would like me to do an updated version for larger cup sizes, please let me know in the comment section. In the meantime, you guys get your things ready and we can get started. We're gonna start off this project by first making a slip knot. Next, you want to work chains. You want to make sure that your chains are an odd number, and the number of chains that you make should be long enough for however long you'd like your top to be, from under your arm to where you'd like it to end. I wanted mine to be a crop top length, so I made a chain of 31. This is about 6 inches long. And next we want to start working our rows. So to begin our row, you want to chain 1, and then into the second chain from the hook you want to work a single crochet. To work a single crochet, go into the chain stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, pull through both loops on your hook, and then into the same stitch you'll work a double crochet. So you want to yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop. This time you have 3 loops on your hook. You want to pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, and then pull through the last 2 loops on your hook, and that's how you work your double crochet. Skip the next stitch and then into the next one. You're going to work the same thing. You work a single crochet, and a double crochet into the same stitch. So you want to go on repeating that until you get to the end of the row, but into the last stitch we're going to work it differently. This stitch is called the Suzette stitch. It gives a really good texture to the top, as well as making the top stretchy. Once you get to the end of the row and you're left with 2 stitches, remember you have to skip that first one, and then we're going to work into the last stitch, and then we're going to work a single crochet. So each row we're going to be ending it with a single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to be working row 2. So this is what your row 1 should look like. So row 2, you want to work into the very first stitch. You want to work your single crochet, and then work your double crochet into the same stitch. Skip a stitch, work a single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch, and it's going to be basically a repeat of row 1. So you want to go ahead and repeat that until you get to row 4. If you're a bigger size, like medium or large, you want to work more rows at this point, you can add an extra 1 or 2 rows or 3 rows depending on your size. So for the 4th row, that very last stitch, you want to work an increase. So we're going to be working a single crochet, and then we'll work a double crochet in the same stitch, and then we'll finish off with a single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work, and then work a repeat row where you're working a single crochet and double crochet in the same stitch and skipping a stitch all the way until you get to the end of the row. So row number 6, you're going to work all the way back up, and then we'll make another increase. So to work your increase, you work a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work, work the repeat all the way back down without making increases or decreases. So for the next part, you want to work increases up to the shoulder. And to do that, you want to work chains. So you want to extend your row 8, so that you can add chains. And the chains you make need to be long enough to get to your shoulder, and they should be an even number. I made a chain of 24. So once that is done, you can start working your Suzette stitch all the way back down the row. I repeated that for 6 rows. You can add more rows for a larger top. The next part, we're going to begin working our decreases, and as shown in the video, this is the back panel, and I skipped the first 2 stitches and worked into the 3rd stitch and then worked my repeat rows. But for the front panel, we'll be skipping more stitches. So to work the front panel, the neckline of the front panel, I'm going to be working 1 single crochet into each of the next 6 stitches. And then I'll begin working my Suzette stitch into the 7th stitch.
Sorry, the conclusion. Even though I offer all of the solutions, I wish you loved me like I love you. It's stupid. When I'm alone,
so you're going to repeat that while skipping the last 6 stitches. You repeat that for 6 more rows. You can add more rows if you would like to. So for the next rows, you're going to work decreases, and then so that you can work the deeper neckline as shown. So for the next row, I worked into 35 stitches. Then chain 1, turn your work, and then we're going to make a decrease by skipping the first 2 stitches and working into the 3rd stitch. Work all the way back down. For the next row, I worked into the next 33 stitches. Chain 1, turn your work, skip the first 2 and work into the 3rd stitch. Work all the way back down. And then you're going to repeat that decrease 1 more time. So for the next row, I'm going to be working repeat rows. So the repeat rows were up to, I think I had 29 stitches. So you're going to be repeating until you get to the other arm. So once all that is done, we're basically done with the top. The last bit is joining, and you just want to place the front panel and back panel side by side, and then you want to place each stitch next to each other. And I joined using single crochet, but you can use whatever joining method you prefer. So you're just going to work one single crochet into each stitch through both stitches of the panel. And you're going to do the same for the shoulder bit. As well as the other side. So to work the strap of the neck, for the back panel I just chained 5. I attached the yarn and chained 5, and then I joined it again so that it formed a sort of loop. And this, I'm going to use this loop as an insert. And for the front panel, I chained a total of 50 and then worked a slip stitch through all the chain stitches. To work a slip stitch, just go into the chain stitch, pull up a loop and pull through the loop on your hook. At the end, I finished off by joining it to the body again, then cut off my yarn, and then I made a small knot at the end. So that it could go through the loop I just made. And that's basically how I made the neck. I didn't do anything too fancy, but you can do anything you'd like for yours. And that's the end. I'm just going to hide my yarn and I'm good to go.